Next speaker is Baroness Stroud.
I would like to start by adding my congratulations to Noble Lords Lord Coker and Lord Morse for their excellent maiden speeches, and I want to add my support to Her Majesty's gracious speech and congratulate the government for their visionary leadership. I've been heartened by the commitment to publishing a Levelling Up white paper that will set out bold new interventions to improve livelihoods and opportunities throughout the UK. This is a crucial agenda to be pursuing. But how do we know what policies will deliver the levelling up that we seek? How is the government defining levelling up? How is it measuring success or identifying what levers need to be pulled and in which communities? How do we understand the relative strengths and weaknesses of our communities so that we know where to put the energy and focus to level up? As far as I can find, the government has not yet set out an established baseline against which to assess the effectiveness of this ambitious focus. But because this agenda is so important to the British people, last week, the Legatum Institute, and I refer to my entry in the Members' Register of Interest, launched a tool to measure the success of the Levelling Up agenda, a UK prosperity index to provide the baseline against which to measure progress and success. With calls for regional renewal across the political spectrum, the moment is right for a new and holistic assessment of the UK's strengths and weaknesses, which will help point the way towards true prosperity. Building prosperity, levelling up, is much more than bridges and trains, bricks and mortar, and material wealth. It reaches beyond the financial into the political, the judicial, the well-being and character of a nation. It is about creating an environment where people are able to reach their full potential. A community is prosperous when it has an open economy, an inclusive society with strong formal and informal institutions, and empowered people who are healthy, educated, and safe. If the country is to make the most of this reset moment, then we will need to unlock prosperity, level up across all our regions and communities. In many ways, the UK is well positioned to do just this. It's one of the most prosperous countries in the world, ranking 13th out of 167 nations. Our national institutions are robust, and we have one of the world's strongest economies, powered by innovators and a world-class education system. This is an amazing country, and we have been making great strides in many of the areas that already dominate the debate about levelling up, including infrastructure and the natural environment. But there are also clear challenges. While levels of prosperity in the UK remain much higher than other nations and actually increased during the first half of the 2010s, in more recent years, this prosperity has been stagnating. This underlines the need for a more detailed assessment of what is going well and what is not. Interestingly, this stagnation is not driven by factors that currently feature much in the political debate, for example, infrastructure. Rather, we are being held back by declining enterprise conditions, weak health systems that were simply not pandemic ready, and we have insufficiently created the environment in which our family life and relationships have been able to thrive and feel valued. All of our concern has been for the economy, but actually our concern should have been even more focused on who we are becoming as a people at a local community level. For example, the index reveals that the West Midlands, the non-metropolitan region, is the 6th most prosperous in the UK, with strong governance, low crime rates, and good conditions for business. However, the region performs poorly on the strength of social capital and quality of health and education. This is where the opportunity for levelling up lies. And again, the index reveals that London is the 4th most prosperous region of the UK, with a strong economy, good infrastructure, a supportive environment for business, and good education. However, the city's prosperity is being undermined by declining safety and security, failure to build inclusive and connected communities, and the highest rates of poverty in the UK. So this is an example of where the levelling up opportunity lies. To really become a prosperous nation, we need to understand these issues by local area, by community. This is why the UK Prosperity Index is such an important tool for the levelling up agenda. Britain needs to become a place where we strengthen our local communities and truly value the family, where we care for one another, investing in our mental and physical well-being. and where we can innovate and build businesses that are not stifled by unnecessary regulation. My Lords, if this hugely important levelling up agenda is going to be effective, it needs a baseline. It needs an accountability tool. Would my noble friend the Minister agree to meeting with me to understand the UK Prosperity Index, a tool for levelling up, and how it can be used to measure the great strides forward this government will make as it commits to levelling up the nation?